Do you worry about Kellen Moore leaving? Listen, man. Listen. I'm about to walk up in this theater right here and see what's up with Captain America: Brave New World. Marvel fan, you know what I mean? But listen, man. I had to address something real quick, and we're not going to keep making videos about this because we're not going to keep doing this, man. But for some reason, I'm just hearing chirpage. The same chirpage and verbiage about Jalen Hurts and his status amongst quarterbacks in the NFL, and dudes acting like there's a question whether or not he top 5 or top 10 and all that. I'm trying to get, where you getting these numbers from? Where you getting 5 from? Where you getting 10 from? Like, the number should be about, we should be at 2, possible 3. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. And this is all we're going to say. And this is what I suggest y'all Eagle fans, man. Don't get into these long, drawn-out debates with these dudes. They little corny numbers and all that don't mean nothing. This is real simple. This how we doing this. If your quarterback, the quarterback of your team, or the boy you arguing about, if your quarterback ain't never been to Disney World, if that dude ain't never been to Disney World, if that dude ain't never been on that float with Mickey Mouse, if he ain't never been on that commercial where he say he going to Disney World, he's not sitting at the table with Jalen Hurts. We're not going to sit there and have no arguments, no debates with y'all. None of that. We're not doing that. You know why? Because every time them dudes lace him up, every time they go out there in the preseason, and every time they go out there in the season, you know what the goal is? That's the goal right there. That's the goal right there. And what we're not going to do is let you change the narrative and try to act as if this ain't what matters at the end of the day. And if it ain't what matters, you need to change the way you think. You need to get you a guy that understands that's all it is. If your guy is not understanding what the main thing is and if ain't using that type of language, I think you might need to get a different guy. And for real, like, all y'all dudes talking all that Stephen A. Smith, whatever, talking about, the defense of the Eagles and the defensive line could have been, MVP and all that. Listen, bro, defensive line had a heck of a game. There's no doubt about it. But we're not going to sit here and act like Josh Sweat is Reggie White. We're not doing that. We're not going to sit here and act like Nolan Smith is Lawrence Taylor and all that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all, bro. You know what I'm saying? They had a good game. Hell of a game. No doubt about it. But, listen, if you don't know and don't understand football and don't understand what you saw, I'm going to refer you to 2 men. Seth Joyner is one of them. And there's another dude on Football Digest. I think y'all need to look that up. They showed what Jalen Hurts was doing, how he was prepared for whatever Spagnuolo was going to throw at him. Spagnuolo threw 3-4s. He threw 4-3. He threw quarters. He threw whatever he could throw at Jalen Hurts. And guess what? All that stuff was diagnosed. All that stuff was countered. He called all types of counters to everything Spags did. And Spags is one of the best. Spags is a guy that dudes like Lamar can't figure out. Spags is a guy that dudes like Josh Allen can't figure out. Spags is a dude that your favorite quarterbacks that y'all want to act like, is them MVPs and, you know what I mean, and all that, just can't figure out. He got dissected and he got throttled. And this is the second time that happened. But this time, what happened was the defense held up their end. And when the defense hold up their end, the Chiefs, what they going to do, bro? That's 2 straight games against the Chiefs. And all your favorite quarterbacks. And it's nothing against them at all. I think they all nice guys. I like Lamar the person. I actually like Lamar the player. I like Josh Allen the person. I like Josh Allen the player. But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a beam. Them guys are not getting it done, and I don't want to hear about the team, because if your team was good enough to get you 12 wins, 13 wins, 14 wins, if your team was good enough like Josh's team to beat the Chiefs during the season, I'm not trying to hear about like you can't beat them, in the big time. But that's what happens with a lot of these guys, man. A lot of these guys are just like them, they regular season warriors. And then when you get to the big stage, when them lights get bright, all of a sudden, man, dudes is shrinking and turning into pumpkins. And I keep seeing it. And I'm not trying to hear all these excuses that people have, that y'all bringing forth. Like, all them 4,000 yards and all them 5,000 yards and all them 50 touchdowns and all that, is that helping you today? When you're in the playoffs right there in that game where you got to get it done, is it helping you then? That's the only question I'm asking. I don't care nothing about all that other stuff. So it's real simple. If your quarterback has not been to Disneyland in February, not talking about taking his family on the off season, I'm talking about in February, if he ain't been to Disneyland, we're not going to be debating y'all about their status. Right now, there's Patrick Mahomes, because he got 3, and I respect him. That man he beat us on a broken leg, or not broken, but his ankle was messed up, and he found a way to win. I respect that man. I do. I'm going to give Matt Stafford his respect. He went up there and got a Super Bowl for his team. And matter of fact, Matt Stafford gave us the biggest fits we had the whole playoffs. So I respect Matt Stafford. So all I want to hear about, the only dudes I want to hear about is Pat, Stafford, and Hurts, and Jalen Hurts. And for me right now, because the last couple times we seen Stafford, we came away with W's, including this year. We came away with W's. And like, the Rams is a team that I think is coming. You know what I mean? They got a young team. They got that young defense. They got young Lions in the front and in the back end. All they need to do is add an upgraded receiver with Puka Nacua, maybe a tight end, and the Rams are going to be a problem. Rams are going to be a problem for a lot of your favorite teams. I don't know if they're going to be a problem for us. They're going to be a lot of problem for a lot of your teams. Jaden Daniels, I like Jaden Daniels. Hell of a year. But rookies, for me, I just got certain standards. Rookies, for me, got to show me they can do it again. I done seen too many sophomore slumps, you know what I mean, on the part of these quarterbacks for me to be assuming that he going to be there. He got to show me again. That's all. But I don't take away from his year. Hell of a year. You know what I mean? But he just got to show me again. That's all. Jared Goff and what's the Golden Tate? Remind me of Golden Tate. Amon-Ra St. Brown and all this right here with all that. Like, I mean, we hope we play y'all because we'll see what would have happened and all that. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You couldn't beat a team that the Eagles put 55 on, and you talking about we supposed to be worried about you couldn't beat them at home? A team that we hung 55 on? A team we hung 55 on. And you really going to be sitting there acting like Eagles think it's a possibility that you could have beat the Eagles. Why would you think you could beat the Eagles if you couldn't beat Washington? That just blows my mind. That just blows my mind. I'm sure the Eagles have no problem facing Detroit. It's not a problem. Okay. Yeah, man. So, listen, man. I just made it clear, man. Y'all dudes got to up your standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can have them debates amongst guys who ain't win nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you start encroaching upon guys that got hardware, they got, hardware and silverware and goldware and platinumware, you tripping. We're not doing that with y'all, man. Let your little dude get their weight up, and then we can revisit this conversation maybe after a couple seasons, man. You know what I'm saying? Peace out, bro.